is Winnie. Welcome to Project 60 online workshop. So this is our topic for our June workshop, and the live session actually happened yesterday, but because our participant was a Mandarin speaker, so I'm doing an English version right now. Okay, so welcome to those of you who do not know what is Project 60. We are an online fitness community and program that is designed especially for elderly 55 years old and above. Okay, so our goal is to help this group of people to start training in order to help them to move better, to feel better, and to feel stronger in their daily life. And for today, we have a topic that I believe is relatable to most of our audience over here, which is lower back pain. Okay, so if in your daily life you have problem with your lower back, let's say you always find it very stiff or very sore after sitting or standing for a period of time, or you find that you are having the fear of bending over, so these are all that we will cover today. So we are going to help you to feel better with your lower back pain. Okay, so now let's move on to what we are going to cover in today's presentation. Is that first of all, we are going to cover the common causes of lower back pain, and in which stage that you should go and see a doctor versus when is actually safe for you to start training. And if you can start training, what are the tips that you can use before your training in order to help you to feel better or don't feel the so much of soreness or stiffness on your lower back when you are training. And also we will guide you through some mobility and strengthening exercises, also some tips for you to incorporate in your daily life so that you can prevent or avoid lower back pain. And last, okay, and let's start. Okay, so let's talk about the causes of lower back pain. So of course there can be many different reasons that can cause lower back pain, but today we are only going to cover the most common ones. Okay, so first thing first is postural changes. So as we age, our daily habit will causes our posture to change. So if you are someone who is always sitting like this, scrolling your phone, or if you work a office job and you are always sitting in front of the desk, you have a slouch back, you have a forward tilt, and these are all going to place a lot of stress on our lower back. So you might find that not only as we age that people start to feel lower back pain, but also actually early at their maybe 30s, like my clients, even at their 30s, they will also feel lower back pain, and that is due to our lifestyle. So postural change is one of the contributor to lower back pain or lower back soreness. Okay, and next is having weak core and glutes. So I believe most of us have heard the saying of, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So as we get older, as we age, we might find ourselves getting more and more inactive in life. So last time maybe you used to go to work, you have to travel in and out every day, but right now maybe you are just staying at home and you are not moving as much. So if you don't use these muscles, so your core and your glutes are actually very strong muscles in our body. Okay, so this is your core, the entire midsection, and also your glutes. So you can see that they are very important muscles for our human body because they are literally the center. Okay, so it helps us to move better and to feel stronger. But if you don't train it, so over time your core and your glutes gets weaker, right? So think about it, your lower back is here, but if your core doesn't work, your glutes doesn't work, the muscles that is surrounding your lower back, they don't know how to work anymore. So your lower back will have to take over their role and to work extra hard. That is why you are placing so much stress upon them, and which is what causes lower back pain or stiffness or soreness. Okay, and also improper movement patterns such as lifting heavy things, with like this. Imagine you are going to lift something that is like very heavy, and you are going to just lift up like this. Okay, so what happens here is you are not using the proper muscle. You are not using the glutes, you are not using your legs, you are not using your core, you are just pulling with your lower back. will also place a lot of stress to your lower back. But of course, I'm not saying that you should lift everything with a very proper posture. You don't have to lift everything like this. If right now I'm going to pick up this bag of wet tissue, I don't have to do this. Of course, I don't have to do this. I can just like bend and lift, right? But what I'm saying is, when you're lifting something very heavy, you should always engage the right muscles in order to move in the most efficient way, and the way that is placing least stress to your body. Okay, so now let's move on to the next slide, which is when should you see a doctor? Okay, not all lower back discomfort needs to see a doctor. Okay, but it's always good to know what is the red flag, so you can pay attention to it and be more cautious about it. So you know, if touch wood, if the time comes, you will know that okay, this is the time for you to see a doctor. Okay, so first thing is having continuous sharp pain. Okay, so the pain is like needle poking you. Okay, if you feel like sharp needling pain along your lower back, then this is where you should pay attention to. And also, second thing is when you feel that the pain is going down along the legs, okay, that you can feel tingling, or you can feel that it is affecting your ability to lift up the leg. Okay, so something like that is also things that you should pay attention to. And also lastly is if the lower back pain is causing you to lose control of your bladder or your bowel. Okay, so these are the more serious cases. Other than that, if you are just having mild something like soreness or stiffness, something that is posture or stiffness related lower back discomfort, generally speaking, you are safe to exercise. Okay, so next, let's talk about the tips that you could use before you start training. So first thing first, if you really feel a lot of discomfort on your lower back, you can try to use heat application. So including soaking your legs in a pail of hot water for about 10 to 15 minutes. So that is going to improve your blood flow, and also you can try to put a piece of hot towel, okay, on your lower back, also on your glutes also can. So this is going to help to relieve the muscle around there. And also you can try to also use foam roller to release the muscles around the lower back, including your legs, your upper back, and also your glutes. Okay, so these are going to help your back to relieve the tension. And after that, we can also do some pelvic tilts. So pelvic tilts can help us to engage, learn to engage our core muscles, and also at the same time it is going to help to relieve some tension along the lower back. Okay, so pelvic tilt is something where you will tilt the pelvis. So imagine your pelvis is like a bucket of water. Okay, so you just have to pour the water to the back or to the front. So see that? Okay, so can practice this movement while lying down. Okay, for example, like after you wake up or before training, you can do like maybe 10 reps of this. Okay, and after that will be your warm-up. Okay, so I always tell people that warm-up is very important, because if you don't warm up properly and you just go ahead and lift heavy weights, so what happens is, if you are someone that is not familiar with the movement yet, okay, you are going to have a greater risk of injury. Okay, because first thing, you are not familiar with the movement yet, and secondly, you might not engage the right muscle. Okay, so always start with your dynamic stretches to help to warm up the muscles and prepare the joints for the movement later on, and also do your activation. Okay, activation is something like activating the deeper layer muscles such as your cores or your glutes, so they are going to help to prepare your body to move better in your actual exercise later on. Okay, so next up, we are going to cover some mobility and stretching movements. So first, we are going to cover your cat-cow stretch. So you can come to an all-four position, okay? So which is your wrist under your shoulder, knees under your hip, and right now you just have to look to the back. As you look to the back, push your back towards the ceiling and you breathe out. And then you're going to reverse the movement by arching your back and look up towards the ceiling while you inhale. Okay, so you can try to move slowly. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the back and look up. Alright, so you can do this stretching exercise for about 10 reps. Okay, and after that, the next one we will go for a supine knees to chest stretch. So basically you just have to lie down on the floor, try to hug your knee towards the chest, and you can try to do some rolling. Okay, I like to do it side to side. Okay, or you can also do it front and back, like rocking movement. Okay, and for the last one, we will go for some twist. So just sit on the floor, cross one leg to the side. So if I'm crossing my right leg, I'm going to block the outer part of my right knee with my left elbow, turning my body to the right side. Okay, you can hold in this position for about 20 seconds. Take a couple of deep breaths and then change to the other side for about 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, so these are the stretching that is going to help you with your lower back discomfort. So try to do them, I would say, at least twice a day, which is in the morning and in the evening. Okay, right after you wake up and before you go to bed. And of course, if you have the time and availability, try to do it during the day also. Okay, such as during the midday. Alright. And next, let's talk about strengthening the core. So just now we talked about if you have a weak core, then you cannot support your lower back, right? So today we are going to learn how to engage the core properly. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about how to brace your core. Okay, I believe everyone has heard about the saying that, okay, the coach said brace your core, but what is bracing the core? Okay, so I want you to put your hand right here on your belly. Okay, and right now I want you to imagine, okay, imagine your kid or your grandkid or your cat or your dog that is going to run to you. Okay, but imagine you are stuck on your chair, you cannot move to anywhere. And right now what you do is your body will try to protect you, and you will find that your core, okay, this is your core, right? Your core will automatically engage by itself. So when you touch it, you will find that it becomes harder. So it becomes harder as I'm talking, okay? So many people has this misunderstanding that engaging the core means I do things like, okay, that is holding your breath, that is not bracing properly. Okay, you want to brace in the way that you can still talk. Okay, you can still okay, imagine that when you are running, okay, imagine you go for a slow jog. Okay, if you are not engaging, your body is going to look like this. Okay, this is a very inefficient way of doing slow jog, right? But if you engage your core, you see, this is very stable. All right, so this is how you brace your core properly. And next, after you learn how to brace your core, we are going to move on to some core stability exercises, which helps you to stabilize your core better. So first exercise will be your dead bug. So we will lie down on the floor, have your legs up at 90 degrees, arms straight up, and then we are going to move left hand and right leg at the same time. Just straighten them. Before you touch the floor, you come back up. And then we're going to go alternate side. So the very important thing here is that you keep your lower back flat on the floor. Okay, so no space between that when you are moving. So what you are going to feel is around the front part of your core when you are extending. Okay, if you can feel it around here, then you are doing it correctly. Okay, so for the breathing, when you lower down, you breathe in. When you come up, you breathe out. Okay, so I would recommend you to do this for about 16 to 20 reps. Okay, if at first you cannot find the proper core engagement, just try to do a bit lesser, maybe like 10 reps first. Okay, once you are more familiarized with this movement, you can try to do a little bit more, like up to 16 to 20. Okay, and next is bird dog. Okay, so bird dog is very similar to dead bug, but this one requires more core engagement because now your back is not supported by the floor anymore. You need to come to your all four position, and from here you will lift one hand and opposite leg up. Okay, so you can see that I want to keep my back flat here. Okay, so this is me engaging my core, this is me not engaging my core. You can see the difference here. If I'm not engaging, my rib cage is going to drop. Okay, I'm going to arch my back. This is not the proper way we want. Okay, so always keep the back flat, nice and flat, straighten, touch the knee, and repeat on the same side. Okay, so you can do this for about 10 reps on each side. Okay, so after 10 reps, you can change to the other side. So same thing, you want to feel the core working here. Okay, and now we move on. Okay, so one thing I want to mention is also that because these core exercises are not so taxing, okay, they are not going to have a lot of stress on your muscles, so you can actually practice this every day also. Alright. So next up is about your glutes and your posture. So we know that if we have a good posture, it helps to take away the stress from our lower back. Okay, so we want to try to strengthen our upper back muscles and also our glutes, which is the muscle that is above and below our lower back. So when these muscles are strong, it helps to support our lower back better. Okay, so first thing, we want to lie down on the floor and do a glute bridge. So a glute bridge is a very good exercise to strengthen directly on your glutes. So just keep your leg at about hip width apart, hands beside you, push the hip up. So you want to squeeze your butt at the top. You need to feel both sides of the glutes working on your butt, and slowly come back down, and you can repeat it again. Exhale, push, inhale, down. Okay, so we will repeat this exercise for about 10 to 15 reps. So I will say that when you reach to the top position, try not to come down too fast. At the top, make sure that you feel your glutes before you come back down. Okay, and the next one, we will move on to the wall. Okay, so go close to the wall. I will show you in this position. Okay, but you can start with the standing version. Okay, so if you stand against the wall, just try to take a few steps away. So you should be standing here. Okay, you should be standing here. Okay, alright, so just stand slightly further away and keep your entire back against the wall. So your head, your entire back, and your this part, your lower back, should be flat against the wall. Okay, I'm going to show you like this so you can see me. Okay, so imagine I'm standing right now. Just keep your back, like keep your arms flat against the wall, and from here just try to slowly slide up and go back down. Okay, you want to slide up while maintaining contact of your arms and the wall, and also the lower back shouldn't be away from the wall. Okay, so one common mistake here is that people are trying to go all the way up, but what they don't notice is that their back is coming like this. Okay, so you don't want a gap between your lower back and the wall. Alright, so this you can also go for a total of 10 reps. And the last one, we will lie down on the floor and we will go for our scapular retraction, which is basically, imagine I'm lying down right now. I will point my thumb towards the ceiling, and from here I'm going to retract. This is called a retraction, basically pinching the shoulder blades together and then relax. Okay, I will show you on the ground. Okay, sorry, with my space I can only do one hand. Okay, so point the thumb towards the ceiling, lie down on the floor, and just lift up and down. Can you see that? So pinch the shoulder blades and come back down. So this will be the movement, and you can also go for 10 to 15 reps. So this wall hinges and the scapular retraction, both of this is going to work on your posture and also to strengthen your back muscles here. Alright? Okay, so here are some tips for you. So first thing first is for when you are sitting or standing. Okay, I wouldn't say that there will be a best posture. Okay, I want to share a quote with you all that the best posture is the next posture. Okay, so basically what it means that just try to switch your posture more often. Okay, I will recommend at least every 30 minutes to 1 hour, you need to just stand up and move a bit, and only you continue to do your work. Okay, so just try not to sit for like 3 hours straight. That is very bad for your posture. Okay, so just try to move more often. And also secondly, like what I mentioned just now, when you are lifting something very heavy, just try to use the proper muscle, engage, and only you lift up. Okay, so let me just show you one more time that when you are lifting something heavy, just bend from the hip, keep the back straight, and then lift up like this. Okay, yeah. Okay, so here's something to share with you also, that if you really want to get rid of your lower back pain, and if you want to really you know say bye bye to your lower back pain in the long term wise, always try to be active and be mindful of the things that you do in your daily life. So always do your stretches, do your activation to strengthen your glutes, your core, your upper back. Okay, improve your posture, and also try not to sit or stand in the same posture for a long time. Okay, so these are the ways that can help you to relieve your lower back pain. I would say that there is really no shortcut for that. Everyone will have to put in some effort in order to get rid of your lower back pain. All right. Okay. So lastly, we of course I would like to share that if you are interested in joining our program, feel free to check out our website here, which is www.trainwithwx.com, and over there you will find the ways to contact us, and also there will be a registration form over there which you can fill up, and we will get in contact with you as soon as possible. Okay, so once you join our program, you will receive 2 videos every week, and you will get access to our community WhatsApp group, which we have very awesome elderly people there to help to support you, and you can motivate each other to become stronger and move better. And also we will have coaching guidance, so we will have coach there who can help you to check if your form is correct. If you send a video into the group, we will always reply. Okay, so that's all for today. We hope that this info is helpful for you. If there is any question, feel free to keep in touch with us. Alright, thank you.